can you tell us if Raheem Sterling is 100% fit, and how important is it for you that he can play tomorrow night?
Yeah, Raheem is fit. His natural physical condition, his regeneration is amazing, and he said to us, so I could play West Ham game, I could have played against the previous one we play in Leicester. The doctors say be careful because it's not in time. This muscular injury always 3 weeks, 1 month, and after 15 days he want to play. That is a good signal, and he's fit. Yeah, he's ready.
James. Hi, Pep.
Yeah.
Do you want your players to feel like this could be their last chance of winning the Champions League?
No way.
No.
These players will have a lot of chances to win the Champions League, not this season. I know it's in a big opportunity. As last 16, we play with the king of this competition, so we know the challenge in front of us we have to face, but in the same time, it's not the last one. So when you are going to die and after there's no more chances, but in life, if you are in this business, you want to training, you want to play, always, you never know what's going to happen. So that is another opportunity. We try to follow what we thought we prepare, and 2 games, the first one, and try to, like David said, be ourselves and do a good game. No special motivation to be, even if the last one has not to be an extra motivation. So the desire to win has to be there. Without that, it's impossible. But more than that, it's another game. That's all.
Do you ever worry that you've always been associated with the pure side of the game? Do you worry now that wherever this club goes in Europe, there will now be accusations of the club being a bad club, a club that doesn't behave properly? Do you worry about that, whether it's right or wrong?
Yeah, we were under suspicion for a long time. But what I said when it happened, so we have the right to appeal. So I trust with the people of my club. They explain me the reason why we are under suspicion. They show me the arguments and the proofs, and we are going to appeal. And we are optimistic that finally we can, if we deserve to win the Champions League, because we want discredit on the pitch, we can do it next season in the future. If finally it doesn't happen, we have to accept it and move forward with the people who want to stay for the next. But I trust with the club. I know them, and there is the first instance. We have another one. We appeal as a club, and we're going to see what happens in CAS.
Do you worry, though, that lots of people who watch football around the world will have made their judgment already on the club? Do you worry about that?
Ian, we've answered questions at 3 consecutive press conferences on this now. You've got an answer. Move on. Let's have a question on the football. James, do you have one on the football?
Pep, do you feel? Sorry, James Ducker from the Telegraph. Do you feel you need some luck in the knockout stages to win this competition this season? You have referenced in the past a lot of decisions you feel have gone against them. Are you going to need some luck to win it?
You need to play good. That is the first. So you have to be strong, and you have to be quality, and you have to be many things, and you have to need luck. Yeah, in knockout stages, the decisions in the certain points, it's important. But we cannot control that. And when we control is play as good as possible, control what we can control, and then we will see. So it's the only matter. So, but it is. So this competition we saw last season, the previous ones, even with when we play in Liverpool, the first game, in the second one. So there are decisions because you play with the time, 180 minutes, and the quality for the opponents. In some moments, the decisions take an off it. But you have to overcome. Like Leicester will happen, we miss again a penalty, but how it was the reaction after that was exceptional. And that is what in this kind of competition we can be. So we have to be incredible concentration in our game and on our game plan and what we have to do. and of course try to be a little lucky in the decisions that we cannot control. But I'm not going to be worried and no sleep or not even think about that and talk with the players. So be careful because we cannot control it, and when we cannot.
You don't feel that you've been a bit cursed in recent years? I mean, you've had a lot of...
Many things happen in the recent years, but it's happened. So it's football. So I would like to be a bit more fair. Would happen, especially remember incredible episodes in games, but we cannot control it. So hopefully, can be fair for both sides. Even for us or myself, it's not fair. I don't like to win with the wrong decisions and all for advantage. Hopefully, the VAR, the referees, but not just this case for the bad moments. So it's happened. It's part of the game, but we cannot control it. We have to do what we have to do.
Okay, we're going to take the last 3 questions for Pep, just first down here.
Hello, Pep. Stuart Brennan, Manchester Evening News. Thomas Muller has done an interview this week in which he praised you as a coach, but he said that sometimes in these big knockout games like this one, perhaps you don't stick to what you're best at and try and worry too much about the opponent. Do you think he's got a point?
Well, when an football player I had make this kind of a statement, it's not like a criticism, it's like information to give to me, because that is important to do it. In the other side, I have the obligation to know as much as possible my opponent. So I don't play against Madrid since 5 years ago, so I don't know them quite well. They change a lot of players and things, and I have the obligation to know as much. Is it true sometimes I give much, but Thomas and the other players, they cannot say that I never do prepare to win the game. Never prepare a game as a manager from Barcelona Academy, and after first team, Munich, and now City. I never watch a game to think, okay, I'm going to try to do an attack to win the game. Even, in the games with defeat. And always I thought when I was football player, as much information I have to know the opponent, more safe I am to face them, to what they have to do in the open attack, more right, left, good set pieces or dribbling right and left. As much I know, make me confident to know what I have to face. That is my target to my players. But what I said in the beginning, when the players feel that, I don't know if all the players feel that, but if Thomas play that, it's a good info for me because maybe he's right. So at the end, it's what he felt. At the end, it's my mistake. But always I try to of course, make them confident and say, okay, go out there and try to play our game.